It's Thursday, our day to bring in doctors to answer questions about COVID. And today we are very happy to have Dr. Faiqa Cheema joining us. She is an infectious disease specialist at Hartford Hospital. Thank you for being with us, doctor.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to start with a question about masks. We've heard for a while now that by me wearing one, I'm protecting you. But there's some new information coming to light that by wearing one, I actually might also be protecting myself. So here's the question. How protective are masks? Is it true that if you're wearing one and you're exposed to someone with COVID who isn't wearing one, you actually might be protected? If you got the disease, it might be a mild case or maybe with no symptoms?
There are all sorts of masks. We just have to pick the right one. I'm just going to go over, how we can pick the best mask to keep ourselves safe and other people around us safe. Pick a mask that is thick enough that it can contain your respiratory droplets and prevent them from spreading outwards to other people around you. Also, it's important that we wear a mask properly and appropriately. It should cover your nose and mouth. The question that's being asked here is related to just viral load kinetics. And right now, this time, we still don't understand that completely. And there's a lot more information that we're still studying on this. So if you wear your mask appropriately, it's the right kind of mask. You wear it covers your nose and mouth. Studies have shown that it can decrease your ability to acquire infections down from 18 to 3%, which is quite significant.
Okay, and how important is getting the flu vaccine going to be this year, and how soon will they be available?
Getting a flu vaccine this year is going to be extremely important. I'm going to go into a little bit more information on that. Physicians and scientists all across the globe have been concerned that perhaps this year there may be an overlap of influenza season as well as COVID-19. In the United States, it is quite possible that we may see two epidemics happening at the same time that could precipitate a major crisis, and we want to avoid that. We're hopeful as physicians that our current strategies of washing our hands, wearing a masks, and maintaining physical distance will help flatten out the influenza season that we may see this year.
Okay, and final question, if I were to have flu-like symptoms, could I be given a flu test or a COVID test first?
So this year we're going to do things really different. We're going to have a system where we're going to be able to test everybody for the flu as well as COVID-19. Every year when we have the flu season, we test every patient who presents with flu-like symptoms, not just for influenza, but for all other respiratory cold viruses such as RSV, adenovirus, and parainfluenza viruses that are also circulating in the same season. This year, we're going to check you out not only for those other respiratory viruses, but influenza as well as COVID-19 to make sure we're covering everything.
Dr. Cheema, thank you so much for the information, and we want to let our viewers know to tune in for the next half hour because Dr. Cheema will be answering even more questions about the coronavirus. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.